911, what's the location of your emergency?
We found my friend Katie dead in
Okay, okay. Are you saying she's dead in the house?
Yes, ma'am.
Is she cold?
She was very pale, and there was no response.
Case of murder and a missing persons report. Police say a man accused of killing his wife is connected to both.
Investigators say the suspect is an Army recruiter now considered AWOL and possibly with his teenage girlfriend.
On October 24th, 2016, at approximately 10 p.m., in the quiet, tree-lined city of Simpsonville, South Carolina, a 22-year-old woman named Katie Blaufelt clocked out of her shift at a local pet store, walked out to her car, and vanished into the night. Just 2 hours later, two of her closest friends, frantic with worry, pushed open the creaking door of an infamous, rotting, abandoned house on the edge of town. They descended the unstable stairs into the pitch-black basement, their flashlights cutting through the damp air, until the beams landed on a horrific, cold-blooded scene. There, hidden inside a makeshift cement box, lay Katie's lifeless body, with the murder weapon, a knife, still deeply embedded in her neck.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
We found my friend Katie dead in
Okay, okay. Are you saying she's dead in the house?
Yes, ma'am.
Is she cold?
She was very pale, and there was no response.
What started as a localized, brutal homicide quickly spun into a high-stakes, cross-country psychological game of cat and mouse. At the center of it was a highly trained, manipulative U.S. Army recruiter who used a 17-year-old high school student to help him cover his tracks before vanishing entirely into the Pacific Northwest, living under a stolen identity for 6 long years.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Don't want to do what? Don't want to help us find out who killed her?
In this video, we are going inside the mind of a killer, using the exact raw, unfiltered interrogation tapes and police body cam footage. You will watch the precise moment investigators turn the screws on a predator, witness the heartbreaking cracking point of the teenager who kept his secrets, and see the dramatic final ambush in the Oregon mountains where a 6-year lie finally came crashing down.
Friday or Saturday morning. Oh, I'm sorry. You're fine.
What was your conversation about?
The dog, John Jupiter. She wanted his shit. She wanted his mouth records and his dog bowl, and I told her basically, so because we're not supposed to. We're supposed to be talking. The restraining order.
Okay. This conversation is going to get a little personal, brother. We'll go ahead and just put it out there. What the restraining order deal? What's the deal with that?
That's because a charge back that I got back in February, 28 or 27, end of February, domestic violence first degree. That she charged me with.
Okay.
And then obviously when that happens, the state issues a restraining order. Right. It's just never. I mean, they found and then told us that we can't lift it until my court is
done.
Has disposition. Yeah.
Okay. What has anything ever like that ever happened before? Have you guys ever had any big issues like that in the past?
I mean, we were the worst couple. You know, we argued a lot, but I think it was just bad timing, honestly, because she was going through some shit, and I was going through some shit, and she just left one day. It was like a Tuesday, and then she came back Friday with the entire Fountain Inn Police Department, and it was a pretty big scene. It was like a 4-hour thing. Okay. And then, I mean, I'll tell you, but after that, we talked or whatever still, right. And we still saw each other pretty often.
When was the last time you actually saw her?
I'd say probably July. because she moved out in April, I think.
Have you ever gotten so mad at her that maybe you did something you didn't mean to do?
No, absolutely not. I used to have a drinking problem, so I used to get pretty mad, and we used to have like yelling matches and shit. But she has some lungs on her, so we could go back and forth all night. But I hadn't drank in 2 months now. It's just because I'm trying to turn my shit around. I don't know when this court date's coming up for me with this domestic violence. I don't want to be lost, when it hits. So I've just been trying to turn my shit around.
Are you familiar with this abandoned house?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the spot. That's like
What's the
the
spot?
hangout spot.
How come?
I don't know. I guess because Shia and her friends found it, and then they have to, being teenagers, they gotta do the coolest thing they can imagine. So I guess that's hanging out at this abandoned house. And then I've been there a couple times. So
When was the last time you were there?
probably, I don't know.
Like a week ago, a month ago?
It's been months. If anything, it's been months. Am I being charged with a crime? Because he's recording me, and I'm not comfortable with that.
No,
And if I am, I'd like to contact a lawyer. Because this is uncomfortable.
Okay.
you're not being charged
Okay.
with a crime right now.
I know, I just want to cooperate with that,
This brother is a death notification, and that's the big reason I'm here.
Dude, I'm shook right
beginning of
now.
this conversation, I understand. Beginning of the conversation where I told you that we investigate every death or
Yeah,
anything except a natural death we investigate as a homicide until we can prove otherwise.
right.
That's the reason why that we're all are here. Our conversation here is more for trying to figure out just kind of a time frame and put together a frame of what happened.
Right.
The questions we had, obviously, put it out there, bro. Y'all are in the middle of an acid divorce.
Right. I know. And I've seen the shit her mom's been saying about me on Facebook, too.
Stop the tape right there. Look at his eyes. The detectives haven't mentioned a crime scene. They haven't mentioned a basement. They just showed him a house. If he's an innocent, grieving husband, this photo means nothing. But John's military training fails him here.
But that doesn't hold any weight with us one way or another.
I hope not.
We have a job to do, and that's all we're doing. Him recording you is nothing to put you on blast or anything like that.
Okay.
It's totally for our benefit, okay?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm asking for.
Our job is to find out
What happened?
who killed her and bring them to justice. So we're not looking to do anything to you. We'll be here for you because you're,
And
regardless of your marital status, you still have feelings for her.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to call and ask if I could get an update, but with her mom and shit like that, I don't want to.
I know.
I don't even want to be around. Like, I don't want to accidentally be there at the same time her mom shows up. She fucking shoots me in the face or something. Because that's the shit that she was saying about me, like, had me nervous.
We will just kind of let you know where we're going as far as with her from here. We'll do not talk to today. We will have, I'm about 99% sure we'll have a manner of death today. I can't say that about the cause. It just depends on what we see. Okay. You are her legal next of kin. You guys are still legally married. You're
Right.
legal next of kin. Within the same token, her mom, morally, right thing to do would be to allow me to discuss anything with her
Right. Yeah.
about this death.
Yeah.
Legally, I have to get your permission to do that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we'll definitely stay in contact with you.
We hadn't really had a chance to sit down. I know I talked to you that day when we notified you about her death.
Yeah.
And things are kind of emotional and everything. So we're still working the case, obviously, and trying to figure out who killed her. We've talked to a bunch of people. We want to give you some time to grieve and, do what you need to do mentally before we brought you in here. But we would like to ask you some questions that maybe you can give us an answer, what what we're looking for. So with that in mind, are you willing to talk to us today?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What I have to do is read your rights. We've been doing that with everybody we've been talking to because, anybody could potentially be a suspect.
Right.
Like I said to you before, we just want to get some background information and kind of paint a picture of what we have going on.
Okay.
Just kind of tell me about when you guys met, how you met.
She worked at the firehouse. Do you know where the recruiting station is? She worked at firehouse right next door.
Okay.
So I was going through some crap with my current marriage. We were kind of on the way out of that marriage. So me and her just kind of met and started dating. I was still living with my wife at the time, and she was dating her boyfriend, and I was dating my girlfriend. So it was kind of a funny situation. I was staying at her house most days during the week at her dad's house. And then we finally got an apartment in December of 2014, I guess it was. Yeah. So that's kind of how we met. We just, we both smoked cigarettes at the time. So we just went out and smoked.
Okay. Yeah.
You just meet people through smoke breaks.
And you got married in what year?
2015.
Okay. And so I know obviously about the incident that happened between you guys allegedly in January, and then she didn't file a report till February. What made her file a report a month later about something that?
That was just kind of her personality.
Just getting back at you for something she pissed or?
That was her personality. When she got mad about something, she would act extremely childish until she got her way, and if she didn't get her way, she would just escalate until she got her way.
They believed her about something that happened a month before?
I got arrested for it.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of strange.
Whether or not they believed her, I still went away in handcuffs, and I still had to get bailed out in the county. And so whether or not they believed her, there wasn't it was just a statement. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just he said, she said. Yeah. I went away for it. And then, she moved out like the Monday or Tuesday. She moved out in the early week, and by the end of the week, she was back, like with her mom, like clearing out all of her shit. And then when I said, okay, like, bye. Because we had played that game before where she left. She would always come back. Yeah. Well, most of the time she would leave. I would beg her to come back, and she would come back. And then we'd make it another 2 or 3 weeks. And then she would leave, and then I'd beg her to come back. And and then I just didn't beg her to come back. What kind of stuff were y'all arguing about? Everything. Just normal stuff. People stuff. And then being a recruiter, I talked to a lot of different people. So I had 2 phones, and I talked to a lot of females, and she didn't like that. But that was my job as a recruiter. I had to talk to everybody. Yeah. And she wouldn't like that. So then we'd argue about that. And then one time I just didn't ask her to come back. And she came back like 4 days later with her mom, and they cleared out like all of her stuff from the house. So that was how far after your arrest for the domestic violence thing was that? Like a week or 2? Or? No, that was in January. What made her go file in February? Who knows? Okay. But so she actually moved out when, in February or even later than that? She didn't permanently actually move out of that house until about April. Okay. But what kicked off the incident in January was she moved out. Okay. She moved out, took all her shit, came back, moved out again. I told her that time, just stay gone this time because I don't want you ruining my shit. You're ruining everything in my life. Please stay away. Came back like a week later with the police. All right. So you guys weren't married long at all? 2 months. So it's kind of 2 months, and then we made it until March. I called her the night. I know I wasn't supposed to. Don't care. Called her the night I got out of jail, and she sat there and cried on the phone. And she was like, "I didn't know that you were going to go to jail." And I told her it's okay. I forgive you. I'm a very forgiving guy. I don't give a shit. I can get over this. I know who she was. She had the shortest fuse on the phone. It wasn't even a fuse. It was one of those things you just pull it. It explodes. That was her personality. That's the personality. That's the person I knew. And I told her it's okay. That's fine. I'll take you back. I don't care. Let's just move on. And that lasted about 2 more months. Probably till about the end of April into June. Or I guess that would have been May. Yeah. Does Hannah work, or where does she do? She works in the mall. JCPenney's in the mall.
Now, does she live with you full time, or is it kind of
It's on and off. She stays when she wants.
Okay. She lived with her parents otherwise?
But we broke contact because she was dating already. Like, she's already been dating dudes. So I'm like, just move on. Like, leave me alone.
Right.
But I still get random texts, in the morning. I look good today. I love you. Shit like that.
Was she trying to get back with you? Or?
I couldn't really give you a good answer on that. My intention was to get back together with her.
Still? Really?
Yeah, at the end of this. Whenever my civil court was done, that's the last thing I told her, was that when this shit's all done and over with, I just want you to be there for me in that courtroom, and I will walk away from that courtroom with you.
When you say it's civil court, you talk about
The charge from
your
February.
criminal case? Okay.
Yeah.
And what was going on with the military? Were they waiting to see what happened with that?
Yeah.
So that's why they had you over on Bargery Street
Right.
doing administrative stuff.
And
then once that case got cleared, if it got cleared, then you'd be reassigned, or?
If it was like dismissed, cleared, yeah, they would have just sent me on my way. If something came of it, then they would have continued their investigation, see what they wanted to do about it.
Okay.
Probably just kick me out, more likely.
Is that, I mean, I've never been in the military, so I don't know how it works, but if you get charged with something serious enough, they just discharge you?
Most of the time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, especially if it's a guilty verdict, they'll just dishonorably discharge you.
Okay.
So, and that's like the worst thing that could happen. It's like walking out the door with 2 felonies instead of 1.
And I'm sure it's a lot of pride issue too, right?
Yeah. I mean, 10 years of my life and 2 years in Iraq.
Yeah.
Walk out the door. But I mean, and I told her, I said, it's already done. They can do what they want. But the last thing I told her was when there's a disposition, if it's not guilty and I get to walk out of that courtroom, I want to walk out with you. And she said that was fine. She said that's good. That's what I want too. And that was like 2 months ago. She's already dating this dude named Bill. And then she was dating some dude before that. And then she was dating some other dude. And I'm like, just be with them.
Did that piss you off?
Mm-mm.
You had Hannah, right?
Well, yeah, me and Hannah were dating. Not really. But, she was living with me. So.
Yeah. So for all intents and purposes, Katie thought you two were together.
Right. And there's nothing I could have said otherwise. So, and then Cheyenne told her entire family that me and Hannah were dating. So then that's the story. We're dating. Doesn't matter what I say. So then since Hannah moved out back with her parents, no, I would say that I'm not dating anybody.
So she moves out. You move Crystal and Brandon in to help out bills or whatever?
It was pretty soon after they actually moved in, yeah.
Okay. Any other roommates?
Hannah was living there for a little bit.
Hannah?
Yeah. While Katie was there, Hannah was going through some shit at home, so she asked Katie if she could move in. She said, yeah, we moved all her shit in. Wayne was still there. And then Wayne then Katie left before Wayne got in his car accident. So she left, and then Wayne left, and then Crystal moved in, and then Hannah moved out. And now it's just us and Crystal.
Okay. How did you guys meet Hannah? Was it a friend of Katie's or your
friend of Cheyenne?
Okay. And you and Cheyenne are pretty tight, right?
We used to be.
Oh, you're not now? Because of this crap?
Because of this, yeah. Okay. I haven't heard from Cheyenne. I tried to talk to Cheyenne on Tuesday. Tuesday was the last time I talked to Cheyenne, and then she just dropped me off the face of the planet. So kind of shows who your real friends are.
Yeah.
When you ask somebody specifically for help because you are not in a good place and they blow you off completely, but they're out there having fun with friends.
Yeah.
She's not grieving right now. She's out partying right now. So she could at least text me back.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for that.
And then I already had to avoid the viewing. I had to go on Sunday by myself because her whole family was there. And if I can't even get Cheyenne, who lived with me and who I bought cars for and school books for and sent to and pushed to get a job and shit, if I can't trust her to be calm and level-headed, then how am I going to go to this viewing with her crazy family there?
Right. So the viewing was Saturday, right?
Right. 2 to 4 on Saturday.
And when did you get?
I went Sunday, 2:30 on Sunday.
Okay. So they just had a private thing for you? Did you go by yourself?
Yeah. Well, I took Hannah with me.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
How was that hard?
Yeah, because I mean, first of all, there's nobody there but me and her, so we're just kind of standing there staring at like Katie's nasty, like dirty, disgusting, because they didn't even wipe her down. And then we're just standing there. Like, I don't know. I've seen I've been to a couple. I went to my own dad's viewing when I was like 15. I've seen people dead. I've dealt with this shit before. And now there's nobody else there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind
There's nobody else there. Because her family wants to be crazy about this shit. So I'm there by myself. I'm dealing with it by myself. I'm dragging her around because she's willing to be dragged around. To be there, you know? So I don't know. It's just been really stressful.
So let's go to last Monday. You're working downtown.
Right.
At what time roughly did you leave work?
I don't.
I'm not going to hold you to the exact minute because I know if you ask me what I did last Monday.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't normally just leave with Judy. So whenever, it's always between 2 and 3. Whenever Judy leaves, that's when I'm out the door too. They really only got me there for her, to keep her company.
Right.
Yeah.
So what'd you do when you left work?
I just went home, and then I got home, and recently I've been like running the trail behind the house because I hate wearing running shoes, and it gets my dog outside. So I take him out back and we run trails. So that day I went out, ran trails, and I went and sat by with this little spot and like watched fish swim.
So there's a creek back there?
Yeah, same. I'm doing it a lot recently just because I quit drinking a few months ago, and it's really like helped me find out the kind of shit I like in life.
Was anybody home when you got home?
Just Crystal and Brandon.
Okay.
And I had heard she was supposed to go to the Sullivan Center that morning, so she was already with me because she's out there trying to get her GED.
Oh, Hannah was with you?
Yeah, she's the one who drove me home
from work.
Yeah, because she was supposed to go to the Sullivan Center, and then we forgot because it was getting late anyway. And then we went home.
What car did you drive home?
A Prius.
Okay, so you went to work in the morning, and she dropped you off and took the Prius? Or? No, she was with, I don't know what the hell she does, but most times she's either walks around downtown or she sits in the car. All right.
Yeah. Whenever she needs to go up there, she just rides. And then she was supposed to go to the Sullivan Center. Didn't, I guess. And then.
Okay. So you guys got home around 3 roughly? Yeah. Brandon and Crystal were there. And what did Hannah do while you were running with Marley?
Whatever she does, watch TV, play video games.
Okay. What happened after that, after you're done running?
We went and met my friend Scott to get some money that he owes me.
So it was you and Hannah that went and met him?
Yeah.
What time was that roughly?
I don't know. It was later. It was dark.
So dark's about 7-ish?
Yeah.
Roughly. Did you go anywhere before that?
No.
Okay. So did you meet him and eat dinner, or did you just hang out?
I ate. We ate while we waited for him, and then he showed up, dropped me some cash, and he left.
Okay. What's the payment plan, or is he?
As he can get it, yeah. I didn't ever expect to hear from him again. After he crashed my car, I stopped talking to him. I left his career on the side of the road. Goodbye. Crashed my car, dude. You stole my car, and then you crashed it, so I'm not talking to him. And that was like, I think it was a month or 2 ago. And then he just started calling me like last week, and he's like, I'm in Greenville, I got money. I was like, okay, cool. Let me go get some money.
That night, somebody says you and Hannah were putting some trash from a bag, like a trash bag in the back of the Prius. Mm-hmm. Do you remember doing that?
Oh, yeah.
What was that about?
Marley had like the most explosive shit on the floor and stunk up the whole house. There were like 4 towels. It was disgusting. And then Crystal left it for me to clean up. So, because it was like watery, nasty, I had to get like 3 or 4 towels to clean it up, plus the Swiffer, plus like dump bleach on the floor. So, yeah, it was pretty nasty.
Okay. So, why'd you put it in the car?
To take it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, our trash is always filled up. We used to have this entertainment center. I just chopped it up, so it was like the trash can was full.
So you took that when you go to Zaxby's? Or?
Yeah, we're just gonna throw it out on the way.
Okay.
Just a dumpster.
All right.
This right here is the turning point of the entire investigation. John thinks he's outsmarted the room. He thinks by creating a graphic, unappealing story about his dog, the detectives will just drop it. But here's what he doesn't know. The police already have the tape. They know exactly what was in those bags. Not dog waste, but the blood-stained clothes and the evidence of a homicide.
Now, a couple of questions. When we notified you that Wednesday morning, at work, myself and the bigger black fellow from the coroner's office, you never asked us, what had happened to Katie or how she died. Is there any reason? Were you?
Yeah, I've explained this to a few people because 20 people asked me that day what happened. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's nothing that could bring me.
So you didn't really want to know?
Yeah, there's nothing that information would bring me in the moment. Like I said, I've experienced death. And,
in the military?
Yeah, and that's never really done shit for me to know. A good friend of mine, a lieutenant, was stabbed after he got out in the military. He was overseas in the Middle East for school. He was stabbed to death. Him and his wife were stabbed to death. That brought me no comfort finding that out. Knowing he was dead, I just had a friend recently, and I still don't know, and I still don't want to know. It doesn't matter, because that's the end of it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. They're already dead.
The phrase, "it is what it is," spoken about his brutally stabbed wife, is a jaw-dropping moment. A massive red flag that blows the case wide open for the investigators. The stark contrast between his predatory behavior and his calm, self-righteous delivery.
How they died means nothing to me.
Okay.
So, and that's how I've been.
Probably seeing people, being in the military, seeing people die, probably gives you that outlook. So,
yeah.
When was the last time you saw Katie face to face? And
I know.
And I'm not worried about this restraining order thing. Trust me, that's the least of our worries.
The last time I saw her was Cheyenne had a doctor's appointment, and Katie was there with her at the doctor.
Okay.
And I just coincidentally had a doctor's appointment at the same exact office. I just switched over to a new doctor, and they were leaving as I was checking out.
So when was that roughly?
2 or 3 months ago. I don't know. We could get an exact date.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the last time I saw her face to face. And I don't think she saw me until she was actually out the door. So we didn't talk or nothing.
Now, she had been asking you for this paperwork for Jupiter, medical records or bills or something? Or
medical records.
Okay. And what else? A bowl or a leash or something?
A dog food bowl.
Dog food bowl. Had she called you one previous time and asked you to meet her, bring it?
She called me multiple times, asked me to bring her that stuff.
You said no?
Yeah. First of all, Marley uses that bowl, and he needs that bowl. And it's dog medical records. It's dog medical records. You could probably walk up there to
yeah, it's not like
press
rules.
There's no rules and regulations for dog medical records. So if you want, I feel like she was just using it as an opportunity to see
to
me.
Get you to come see her.
And it wouldn't have been the first time.
Right.
There's been so many emergencies that come up. I need to see you right now for this. Just to get there and be like, you want to smoke a cigarette?
Yeah, that's typical.
So it wasn't the first time.
We've heard a little bit about this abandoned house, that it was a hangout for a lot of these younger kids and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You've been there before?
Yeah.
Okay. When was the last time you were there?
Probably a few months ago.
Okay. And who you were there with at the time?
I don't know. It's normally like a group of people. So it's always going to be the same group, but I just don't know who was in the group at that time.
So generally, name some of the people that would be there, not particularly at that time. But just
Cheyenne would be there, Allie would be there, Hannah would be there, I would be there, Wayne would be there, maybe Cameron, maybe Kimani. That's it from our little group that I can think of.
Where would you guys park when you hung out there?
That gravel. When we first started going, like back January, like last January, when they first showed it to me, that brush used to be cleared out so you could drive right up in there.
Okay.
And then nobody would be able to see your car, so you wouldn't have to worry about people messing with you.
Yeah. Where would you guys hang out? In the house, outside the house?
In the living room.
And just kind of hang out.
Been in the attic a couple of times. Because there's like a crawl space hole. I guess not crawl space, but like a hole. One of the closets you can climb up in the attic and hang out there. That's kind of stable. Mostly in the living room, because the rest of the house seems like at any moment it's going to collapse.
Yeah. You ever been down the stairs in the basement?
No.
Okay.
That kind of, because the one side's all flooded out, and then you can only climb down, and then the other stairs is like missing, like the last step, and it's all like Oof.
Sketchy.
You can feel it. I don't know if you've gone down there, but you can feel it like every step, like wobbling back and forth. It's like you don't know how you're gonna get back up.
So you never decide to get out and check it out.
No, hell no.
Okay.
Because you don't never know how you're gonna get back up.
I don't blame you for that. Have you ever, and it would probably jokingly, I would assume, made a statement to any of your friends about wanting to kill Katie?
No.
Ever said, well, if Katie dies, we'll get some money or we'll have money to do anything with?
No.
Okay. Have you ever gone up to any friends and said, hey, would you do me a favor and take my car, take my keys, my debit card, my phone, and go away for the weekend to Charleston, say, and that'll make it look like I'm out of town so I can kill Katie?
No.
Okay. So if somebody told us that, they're making that up?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
That's the same type of shit that's been coming out of her family's mouth for the last 2 weeks. And I'm getting kind of sick of it because I don't feel safe in my house anymore. There's cars parked out front of my house during the nighttime. And I know I got PTSD and I know I'm watching them, but there's cars parked out front of my house. There's people driving by. And that's the type of shit, that's the narrative right there that's going to get me in trouble with some crazy driving down and shooting up my house in the middle of the night. Or somebody called my ex-wife yesterday. Somebody called my ex-wife yesterday. And that's got me scared.
What's her name?
You talked to her yesterday.
Just,
but
Catherine.
Yeah, that's got me scared because my kid's there. And how did somebody get her number from here? How did somebody get her number from here? And then not just from here, not just from Simpsonville, but from some private number called her, called her, so they can find my kid now. And that's the shit that's got me paranoid, pissed off. Because I can't sleep at night because I think something's going to happen in my house. That's all I got. So people say, oh, it's just stuff. Well, if my house burns down, what stuff do I have? I get a check from the insurance company for $100,000 to pay off the house, but I'm still sitting homeless.
Yeah.
So
this pressure is coming from Katie's family?
Yeah, it was on Facebook. We got pictures. We got screenshots. This shit was all on Facebook. People are giving out my address. People can't walk to my house the other night. People walked to my house the other night. Or standing out front of my house.
Do you recognize them or no?
No, they were from Facebook. Okay. Crystal got in this argument with this guy on Facebook, and he's like, I know where you live. I can come there right now. Well, come here right now. Because that makes me unsafe. I got to barricade my front door because now you're telling people to come by my house, and her mom's been telling people to come by my house. They're trying to spin the story against me, and it's got me terrified. It's got me scared as shit.
Do you have any idea who killed her?
No, absolutely not. This shit is ridiculous and it's scary. But I can't even be scared for Katie right now. Because I know Katie wouldn't want me in this situation. She knows I'm scared as hell.
Are you talking about your ex-wife, Katie?
I'm talking about Katie. Katie.
Want to die?
Yeah. She knows that I'll be like this, be paranoid like this.
The confidence completely drains out of the room. The casual conversation is over.
Some people told us that recently they got in the backseat of your car and something had been spilled, and they were told, hey, don't touch that.
And I told Cheyenne, I just spilled iced tea right there. Don't sit in that. The iced tea bottle is probably still in the back of my car right now.
Okay. That was in the backseat?
Yeah.
How'd you spill it in the backseat?
I just drink it and toss it.
Okay.
I ain't the cleanliest person. I clean out my car once a week, twice a week, the most.
Okay.
Trash all over my inside of my car right now.
Okay.
And her family's the ones putting that shit in her head because she was at my house on Tuesday. Just fine. Helping. We were both just fine, just talking to each other. Dirtbag family.
Well, you got to understand right now they're going through a lot too.
I'm trying to understand, but I'm going through the same shit. I lost a friend. Maybe not the best wife, but I lost a friend. She would always been my friend. We would have always been the worst married couple on the planet, but she was always going to be my friend.
Yeah, sometimes people make great friends but terrible lovers or whatever.
Right. That's the way we've seen it. We just the worst couple. But we were always the best friends. It's not until you started bringing the relationship back into it that we start arguing with each other. I got plenty of text messages where we're just nice to each other, just talking about our day.
Yeah.
But then, one of us would be like, so you're going to come home and, what are you doing right now? And then it would escalate to, we can't be in a relationship. We can't do this and that. So it's just got me stressed out too. Nobody gives a shit.
So when she was asking for the paperwork for the dog and stuff, had you decided you were going to give it to her and
No.
meet up, or
Mm-hmm.
okay? Just because something she could go do herself,
Yeah.
she can buy another dog bowl.
Yeah, she works there. You tell me you pass by 1,000 dog bowls a day, you can't borrow one, you can't take one, and then I've been eating out since June. He needs this bowl.
That's true. Yeah. So it's more of a thing, just a way to get you. Or
Yeah, I really think
harp on you about.
sometimes, and Krista will tell you because she's seen her do it, is that sometimes she would make up a scenario or say she needs something just to get close because she can reel me back in. She's real good at it.
I don't know how much you know about cell phones and stuff like that, but as you go around, your cell phone's constantly
Picks up towers.
searching for signals and stuff like that. So with that said, is there anything, going back to last Monday, is there anything that you've told me that your cell phone records would say otherwise?
I don't believe so.
Okay. You don't believe so, or definitely not?
Definitely not.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
so it's tiny, small. What if I told you that your cell phone did ping somewhere other than where you say you were?
Then I'd also say that her cell phone pinged in West Virginia.
Yeah, that ended up being a AT&T mishap. They plugged in the wrong phone number.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. What if I told you that Charles Scott's phone number pinged in the same area that yours did and not around Zaxby's
When?
Monday night?
It's got freedom of moving on him. We can call him. We can ask him.
Okay.
But I'm not in control of that man, and I do not take any charge over him because that dude is a lost cause.
Yeah.
I want my $350,
Here we go.
and I would like to change my phone number. If I could move, I would move.
Is there any physical evidence that we're either going to find in that abandoned house, on Katie's body, or on any of her clothing, or in her car that is going to link you to her death?
I don't believe so, no. Definitely not.
And you understand DNA evidence it's the new thing.
100%.
It's not new, but it's okay. And it's pretty accurate.
Seems cold case files, all that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah. So I just don't want to have to go back in a couple weeks when we get all these results and say, well, John said there ain't no way this could have happened. But so if you did get together last week and have or go take the dog for a walk, and that's how your hair could have gotten in her car or something like that, then we need to know that now, so we don't have to explain it later.
Yeah, I understand.
So there should be nothing on her body from you.
Right.
Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Okay. So no hairs, no touch DNA.
I can't imagine.
Okay. Because you understand, if I touch Investigator Manley's hand and they come and swab her hand, they're going to get my DNA off.
Right. Fingerprints, sweat.
Right. And that stuff can't be denied. It's, as accurate as a fingerprint, your DNA profile. So I just want to make sure that we're not going to get any surprises.
Right. Yeah.
And these DNA tests take time. It's not like, it is on CSI.
It's not CSI.
I wish it was.
You don't put it in a computer.
Exactly. So
left and right.
But I've had cases before where we've asked somebody something and they said, nope, absolutely not. And then we do get results that match them. And they're like, oh, well, there was this time that such and such. So we have to, eliminate all that now.
Right. Honestly.
Okay. Would you, what we've been doing is offering polygraph tests. We've polygraphed a couple people already.
Mm-hmm.
And we're using that as a tool to eliminate people.
Okay.
Once we eliminate people, that means we can kind of narrow down our search, and it helps us so we're not wasting time looking at people that we don't need to be looking at.
Right.
Would you be willing to take polygraphs so we can go ahead and do that with you and eliminate you and start looking elsewhere?
I have to talk to my lawyer about that first.
Okay.
See what he says, because I don't know about that at all.
Yeah. Well, it's nothing that can be used in court. It's a tool we use.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like DNA is a tool, fingerprints are a tool, interviews are a tool.
Right.
So that's something I would like to, see if you'd be willing to do so that we could get past you and start looking, for somebody else.
Well, I'll give him a call tomorrow, and then we'll set something up.
Okay. Is there any information or any questions I haven't asked you that any information you have that might help us?
I mean, y'all know about this house, though. Y'all know about the abandoned house because all the news I got is from the media, and they're painting this house as like some house that they knew of, they used to go to, and all this kind of shit. This was an active like spot to go and.
Yeah, the news kind of screwed up and said it was a high school hangout. But I know they've been going to it.
I mean, it's a high school hangout, but you know,
it's their current hangout.
Katie's hangout too. Okay, as long as you know, because this news story has been spinning it.
The news screws things up big time.
Yeah.
We can tell them that the sky was blue and it was 70 degrees, and they'll say it was cloudy and 30.
Right.
How they
I just wanted to make sure y'all knew that she had been there a few times with more than just, recent friends. She's been there with new guys and stuff like that. I don't know what her family's told you. Hopefully Cheyenne's been, upfront with you, but she's been dating around a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking into some of that.
Okay.
And trying to see if maybe she came across somebody that,
Yeah.
There's a lot of cougars.
Because she was on Tinder, and Tinder's just a face, you can make a Tinder profile.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So she's been on Tinder. I know that for a fact. I saw her on there.
Are you familiar with where White Horse Road is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've taken it. It's 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then yeah, I know where it's at.
Do you know where Augusta Road and it meets? It's like Augusta Road turns into 291.
I don't know where Augusta Road is. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. So this Monday night that we were talking about around 6:15, sometime around that time frame, can you think of any reason your phone would show that you were in that area of Augusta Road and White Horse Road?
No.
Okay. Is there any reason you and Charles were talking a lot that evening?
Yeah, because that's the night that he was here. That's the night he was available.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the night I needed my shit.
So you'll be on video at Zaxby's meeting him and eating?
I was eating. He was in Zaxby's, yeah.
All right, so you guys will both be on video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What time was that roughly?
I don't know. Whatever time you said earlier.
Well, you said it was dark?
Yeah, it was dark.
Okay, so dark is about 7-ish or so?
Yeah.
Now, some people said that car that they identified as Katie's was seen pulling into your driveway around 5 o'clock.
Crystal told me that, yeah.
Okay. Do you know what the deal is with that?
Mm-hmm. And Crystal told me about that. But like we said, that's a normal move on her part.
Right.
So that really wasn't too much of a concern. I didn't even follow up. I didn't text her or anything when she did that shit. So.
Well, if that was her, why would she back out really fast?
Don't know.
Because you said she'd try and stop by.
I'm not trying to read her mind, so.
No, I understand. But you said that she would stop by and try and see the cat or stop by and bring Jupiter. When was that? Do you know?
I don't know.
Like back in the summer or here?
Whatever I said the first time.
Okay. And then what happened Tuesday? What was your day like on Tuesday? Did you go to work?
Tuesday, yeah, I went to work. I've been to work every day since.
I'm just going to ask you point blank. Did you kill Katie?
No.
Okay. Do you know who killed her?
No.
This polygraph would really help us. It's not admissible in court, like I said. It's nothing that you take could be used against you. They're not going to ask you about other off-the-wall stuff. They're going to ask you direct questions related to her being killed. And the quicker we can get rid of you as a suspect, we've already, like I said, we've done other polygraphs with other people, so it's not like we're targeting on you.
Yeah.
If we were, we wouldn't have waited, a week and a day before we brought you in here. So
that's what everybody's been telling me. So that's got my head kind of straight. I've just been paranoid, man. Paranoid. I already got drug out of my house one time for not committing a crime.
Do you have your cell phone with you? Yeah. What kind of phone do you have?
I got the V10, the LG V10. V10. Yeah.
Does that have a lock code on it, or how do you?
Yeah, it's got a lock on it.
It's like a number lock, or? Do you mind telling me what the number lock is?
Yes, I do. That's my pin for everything. I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay.
Next thing I know, you taking out $20 on the bank. That's all I got.
I'm a pretty honest guy. It's money.
That's all I got right now is $20. I need gas money.
One of the things that we're doing with people is getting swabs from their mouth. It's basically skin cell samples that we use to create a DNA profile.
Right.
It's just basically a big Q-tip, swab it on the inside of their mouth, and then submit that to create a DNA profile to compare to evidence that we get. Are you okay with that?
I'll talk to my lawyer about it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what we've been doing with people is we've been getting search warrants to get them. That way we don't have to mess around with, I do or I don't, or I need to call my mom or, stuff like that. So I've got a search warrant to get your DNA.
Okay.
Like I said, you're not the first one. I can show you, other people we've gotten it from.
That's fine. I'm not going to fight a warrant. I'm not going to fight the court.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those things. A couple other things. We do have a warrant for your phone. So I need you to turn that over.
Can I text my boss?
You can write down a phone number and call them, but I can't let you make any calls or any texts.
Okay.
All right, you got all the numbers you need?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to lock.
Okay, all right, I'll go ahead. I need the phone. Like I said, we got a search warrant.
Okay.
So go ahead and hand the phone over to me.
Where's the warrant at?
Oh, it's right here. You'll get a copy of it in just a second.
Just want to see it before I do it.
Search warrant for your phone.
I'm sorry, I watch TV too.
I'm sorry. List your phone number.
Cell phone.
Like color cell phone, unknown manufacturer, blonde John Blauvelt, use your date of birth, and the assigned telephone number. Signed by Judge Dean Ford.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Should I send that text message on Sharon?
What text message?
She hadn't talked to me since Tuesday, and then I told her I was going through some shit. And my PTSD was bothering me and stuff like that. And she just decided to completely blow me off. So that shit kind of hurts.
You said you wish you hadn't sent her that
I wish
message?
I had.
Sent her what message?
She sent a thumbs up a few hours ago.
A few hours ago today?
Yeah.
In response to what?
In response to nothing. She just sent me a thumbs up. And I was like, what? That's okay. You can't leave somebody out to dry for 4 days and then come back. And they'd be like, thumbs up, we're cool.
That's what that meant?
Either, because if you send somebody a thumbs up, you're sarcastic as hell. Okay.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's just that it's been 4 days since I talked to her. So, I don't know. I mean, you're a female. You can tell me. What's a thumbs up mean 4 days later?
Is it in response to something or on a picture or? I have no idea.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
So she hasn't talked to you and then all of a sudden she sends that to you?
She hadn't talked to me since Tuesday.
And you said you wish you had sent her a message. Well, what would
I wish I had sent her a message because I typed out a big message you can't drop people like that. You can't drop friends like that and then 4 days later be like, oh, we're cool. No, dude. Not when people really have shit going on in their head. Not when people are really I was there for her, and she made no attempt to be there for me. I went through the same shit everybody else went through. And she didn't make no attempt to be it. Nobody told me about the viewing. I had to find out all this shit on my own. And then you want to come back to me and be like, hey, we're cool. No, we're not. That shit hurts, man. Everybody knows I ain't got no family. Just me.
You do not want to get wrapped up in catching a murder charge.
Right.
You're 17 years old. You have your entire life ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
You may love John and you may think you two are going to get married and walk down Yellow Brick Road. Okay? But no man and no woman is worth going to prison for.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If you know something and you're trying to cover up for it, you're going to go down with the person who did this to her. For knowing anything, whether it was beforehand or after the fact, you're going to go down with them.
Look at her. She's right
I
here.
don't want to look at her.
That's your friend.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Don't want to do what? Don't want to help us find out who killed her?
Can I please leave? Can I please leave?
Hannah, this is a friend of yours that
I
we're
know,
trying to do.
and I want to help, but I can't.
Ultimately, despite two very different, although very damning interrogations, both Hannah and John were released as detectives went through John's phone and car.
For 6 long years, John Blauvelt lived a lie. He built a quiet life in the mountains of Oregon, answering to the name Ben, relying on the absolute silence of the teenager he left behind. But gravity always wins in a murder case.
John is not a good person, obviously.
and we are trying desperately to find him. Okay. So if it was yesterday you spoke with him, if it was 2 weeks ago you spoke with him, we need to know that. Okay. It's not any different in my mind if you spoke with him 20 minutes before you walked in the door today or 2 years ago.
Yes.
But we're still looking for him, and he needs to be held responsible for what he's done.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you again, and I want the full honest truth. Okay. Because I don't want to do this in another 6 years where you come back and tell me, well, actually I was talking to him the day before I talked to you. Okay. So if it was yesterday, if it was 2 weeks ago, if it was a year ago, 5 months ago, I need to know the very last time you spoke with him and what that conversation was about.
I really, really, really feel like it was in 2019. I don't remember the exact time. I just feel like it was in 2019 at the first 6 months of it. I don't remember. I know I'm giving a really broad time, but that's just, I don't want to give any misinformation because I know that this is really, really serious and that I'm the only one that would know this. And we had been talking less. At first we were talking every single day, multiple times, for hours a day. And we've been talking less at this point. And so I was the one that stopped communication with him. And I had just decided to do it. I didn't tell him I'm not going to talk to you anymore, I don't think. And so I think the conversation was pretty no substance to it really. Just maybe a hey, how are you?
Where was he back then?
I know that he was living with somebody. Who? A girl that he said that they were dating.
In 2022, that silence finally shattered. The U.S. Marshals closed in on his doorstep, turning his carefully constructed second life into a ghost story. And in September 2024, a South Carolina jury looked at the undeniable forensic truth. The DNA left beneath Katie's fingernails as she fought for her life and put John Blaufelt away for the rest of his days, without the possibility of parole. A final, cold end for a man who thought he could outrun his own darkness.